Hi everybody, welcome back to Russell's Garage. We got some exciting stuff going on in the garage today, something really cool. We're going to be doing some major upgrades on the shop, something well needed. So let me take you into the shop and show you what we got going on. Today we're going to be installing air conditioning in the shop. I called up my buddy who's an AC guy and talked to him to see about what size unit that I would need to cool this shop down, and he told me the 3-ton unit should be efficient to cool this space. So I ordered the Mr. Cool 36,000 BTU DIY system. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna install this, and I'm gonna walk you guys through the process of installing a mini split system, the wiring of it, the connection of the lines, and everything that it takes to install this. And anyone can do this. No AC guy or company is gonna be required to do this. Anyone that's handy should be able to do this by themselves. You just need a couple minimal tools. If you're not comfortable with doing electrical work, then you might want to hire an electrician, and that would probably be the only part that's not full DIY on this. Fortunately, I have electrical background in industrial electricity, so I don't have a problem wiring in the system. And we're gonna get this installed for you, and I'm gonna take you around back where the condenser is going to sit outside and show you what I've done already to this point before we get ready to install the AC unit. Already poured the concrete pad for the condenser unit. I've ran the 220 power supply with the AC disconnect box out here. I'm going to show you guys how to wire in a disconnect and wire the AC condenser up. And let's get started because it's hot and we need air conditioning. I'm Russell. Welcome to Russell's Garage. So we're going to go ahead and get this stuff unboxed and make sure we got everything here to get this air conditioner installed, and I'll show you some of the stuff that comes with it. I picked up this line cover set. I splurged on this one because it matches the trim on the building instead of the white that you can usually pick up. So that's going to be a nice little upgrade. This is the air handler. It's going to mount on the wall. So we're going to open this up, make sure everything's all right in it, and get things set up. They do package this stuff very well. It's a really thick box, so you want to protect it. It's pretty heavy. So this is the template they give you. Put up on the wall to mount the location, your drilling spot for the hole to go through it, and all your mounting points. This goodie bag here we got the thermostat, mini thermostat. Got some refrigerant line insulation to put around after you connect the lines. This is anti-dampering that you put around the lines after you connect them. Keeps them quiet so you don't get no vibrations. The Freon. Got 2 filters. This is the smart controller that you plug into the unit. This way you can control the whole unit by your cell phone. You check, turn it on, turn it off, and change the temperature. This is the controller for it, which is also a thermostat. And if you carry this around, it will focus the air, the cooling, wherever this is at. So if you got it on you, it's going to direct more air to wherever you're at to keep that area cool. This is a drain plug that goes on the condenser if you elevate it. You only need to install this if you elevate the unit and not mount it on the ground. We got the mounting hardware for the remote controller. And you also get all the manuals and batteries. This is the mounting plate right here on the back of the air handler. It's got a screw for shipping purposes here. You want to remove that screw and pop this off. Pop this off, and this is what's going to get mounted up on the wall and hold your air handle. These are your refrigerant lines. This is your drain tube. This is your communication cable that will go through the wall and hook to the condenser outside. Now we're going to open the big box. It's fragile. This here is your line set. They have pre-charged with Freon in them, so you can't cut them. You need to connect them with the special fittings they have on them, and coil up what's left over, which I'll show you in the process of hooking it up. Right here is the sleeve they give you. You're gonna cut a 3.5-inch hole through the wall to run the air lines, and this is the sleeve but they give you to insert to protect everything. And this is the drain hose that you'll connect here after you pass it through the wall. So to prepare these hoses to go through the 3.5-inch hole you cut up there, you want to gently bend these out. Being very careful not to kink or dent these copper lines. So when getting these lines ready to go through the hole up there, connect the longer drain hose to it. I'm going to put a little tape on here just for extra security. So I went ahead and mounted the plate. I put the template up there, leveled it, marked my holes, checked the level again. I cut the 3.5-inch hole, put the sleeve in. When you cut that hole, you need to angle it down 1/4 inch for drainage of the evaporator hose.
Well, it's going to run here in a few minutes. Yeah. So you run it here in a few minutes.
All right. Okay. Tilt it back. Now let's make sure it's in those slots.
Where you on?
I think so.
Well, I'm on. I'm shit, maybe not. I was on.
I think I'm on. We need to tilt it back.
Yeah, I'm on.
Down with it now. Come pull down, and it should snap in. You should hear it click. All right. So this is how you wire up a disconnect. These are your lines, your line wires. We're using 10-2 wire. It's a 30 amp breaker. I'm going to hook one line here, and then rule of thumb for a torque spec is 1 cough and a turn. It's torqued. This is your other line. You want to mark the phase of it because it's a white wire. So you need to indicate that. by marking the phase. Torqued. Now, depending on which brake disconnect you get, your lines could be here and your loads could be here, but never cross your load and lines because you'll get a dead short. I'm using liquid tight here for conduit for the weather reasons.
Car door. Do you want me to hold on a sec?
So you do this the same as you did your load, your line side. You hook the load side up the same way. Ground to the bus bar here in the middle, and a hot to each side of the disconnect. because the wire going to the AC condenser is stranded. You want to tighten it, wiggle it, and tighten it again to verify it's got a good connection. The line wires were solid copper. The load wires are stranded copper. And you don't have to mark the phase on the load wire because they're both hot already, red and black. So So, as you can see behind me, the doors are down in the shop. The AC is installed. Last night I ran out of daylight, so there were some things I wasn't able to show you guys, getting it all hooked up and everything. So I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you the system, and it's working really well. And just talk you through the process and explain some more of the stuff I didn't get to show you guys. So here's the system. It's running. It's running very quietly. I got the line set all hooked up. All the covers are on it. I made a little gap right down there so that drain line can come out. When you connect the copper lines here, you want to hand thread them until they get taut, and then use your 2 adjustable wrenches and tighten them up until they're snug. You want to make sure you don't over tighten them, because then that could cause leaks. And the same at the condenser unit over here. Right down there where you tighten them up, you want to make sure you hand tighten them and you snug them up, and then you just tighten them enough. Don't over torque them. I've wrapped the whole line in the UV tape. Like I said, I got the line set covered. I got all the electrical wired up. Wiring up is pretty simple. 1, 2, 3 are your communication lines. They are marked on the wires, which will be red, white, and black are your 1, 2, 3s. That's your load side and your communication. And on your line side, which is your 220, you're just gonna hook your 2 hots and a ground. Just take your time with it, and we'll go inside and then see how nice and cold it is in there. So here's the system behind me running. As you can tell, it's not that noisy at all, so I'll be able to do some recording in here and finally start working on stuff. The garage is a mess, so I'm gonna have to get it cleaned up here real shortly. The system's been running for roughly an hour and a half, and right now we're at 85 degrees in here with 46% humidity, which isn't that bad at all. Even though it's 80 some degrees in here, it doesn't feel like it because the humidity's gone. But here in Florida right now, we're at 102 degrees, and for the garage to be 85 with no humidity, it's very comfortable. So I hope you all liked the video, and you like seeing stuff like this being done here on the channel. And I hope that you'll tune in and continue to tune in. I appreciate y'all. And I hope you will share the videos, share the channel, and like, share, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one, because we're going to be getting a lot more stuff done now that we have some air conditioning.